Hello and welcome to latest Gemini Rogues video. This is a Gallant British Tier 5 Destroyer. And it's pretty good. On Killers 05, give us some information on propulsion. See if we have picked it.
I mean, you prefer propulsion, don't you? I think it's a good bet to go here as well on this. You could make a suggestion for steering one if you ever get in trouble to get out of it, but other than that, I'd just stick with that. As the Gallant goes, you're just looking at the shells there it's got on it. It is pretty much an Icarus.
Yeah.
The guns are Icarus in every way. Damage, reload, distance, everything is just Gallant.
Icarus.
They're pretty much the same. I think you get a little bit extra there, 9.8, where you get about 9.6 normally. But it's a pretty solid ship, and the Icarus is not a bad Tier 5 destroyer, and this is no difference. I mean, the torpedoes are exactly the same as the Icarus, but for one slight difference.
They reload.
The reload is nearly 20 seconds shorter in the Gallant, so you're better off in this. This also gets a speed boost that you don't get in the Icarus, but you do lose out on your sonar, which I do like in the Icarus.
I do like sonar.
I think if I were going to pick one, I'd rather have the sonar over the speed boost, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
And you can see as well, not a normal British trait, but the smoke screens have changed.
Yes.
Gone are the short burst, 10.6 duration, 42-second Icarus ones, and you've gone to the big minute and a half long Gallant ones, and I think I prefer the 6 shorter ones. From being honest,
you get 6.
Survivability, it's the same. It's the same as an Icarus. We've got 100 less hit points technically, so it's a little bit less sturdy, but we're not going to miss 100 hit points. Exact same armour.
It's got that awesome armour again.
Artillery wise, they're the same guns, they're the same reload, the same distance. They're okay. You can knife fight in a Gallant, I find. It's no different to a thing. It's not one that you'd think like a Japanese destroyer, you've got to run off and hide and not bother firing your guns. You can go toe-to-toe if you want to. The torpedoes...
This is what make this, though. 20 seconds quicker than
20 seconds, of a 20-second reload quicker than a normal Icarus. And that's one drawback you get the British. And don't forget, you still get the single use as well. The single torpedo firing, which is always handy. Can get in a bit of a pickle when you want to, when you're trying to reload, you don't realise you left one in tube, and it's not been reloaded any of the others.
We've got 65k warp speed, which is very good.
And this is one thing it has got over the Icarus: it's just under 2 knots faster, which is it's noticeable. And don't forget, you've got the speed boost as well, so you can use more speed of the Gallant than you've got with the Icarus. Stealth-wise, concealment is pretty good. I mean, you heavily motivate your destroyer
around.
Mine
on stealth.
You build it to that. That's what you go for.
Definitely stealth.
And you can see that it says it's all about its history. The Gallant took part in Dunkirk in the evacuation of the people there. You can see the big yield, above average on the guns, and torpedoes as well.
Yeah.
Single fire. We've already mentioned it. And with that 80-second reload, it does feel a lot quicker. I think it's just because you're used to it.
Yeah,
Cossack and that we've seen before, Tier 6 Premium British. I mean, I've gone with the same commander you've gone with Reginald.
Well, we'll just stick with Reginald, and
you can see his main trait there, torpedo launcher reload time. That's come down quite significantly.
I think it's a good choice, to be honest. That's why I went with it.
And this is where you go.
These are the
gear. I mean, he's a good... I wish I'd got that commander. I ain't got that one.
He's the biscuit commander, the Polish destroyer.
And... again, detectable range by destroyers. I mean, your detectable range is ridiculous what you get yours down to. That's what you gear yours up to, isn't it?
Yeah, destroyers, definitely. But he's still got room for manoeuvrability, don't forget. He's not fully upgraded, Reginald.
Torpedo speed, not really one you
don't really need it because they do 65
especially when it gets 12% reduction on reload.
Yeah, it's very, very, very
I don't think
handy.
this has got a better reload than the Icarus just because of these perks, because you've got the exact same commander in your Icarus to us as well, so it is a 20-second boost on it.
Yeah.
There again, another detectable range one. I mean, you go with that. I tend to use the other one. What we're going to see in a second. Yeah, you go for the full 6% by any ship, and I go for the 10% by destroyers, which we're going to come to. And that's personal preference. You tend to use yours a bit more of a gunboat in general. Your destroyers, don't you?
Thing is, I've set him up for both, as in stealth, but I still use.
I mean, I should set my commander up like you do, but I don't. You're full stealth, and I never really do that. I can't get the stealth. I mean, I ain't got the Polish commander, which is a bit of a drawback on that inspiration side of things.
I've not actually seen him on sale since he came out, so I think everyone missed out. What's this? Torpedo what?
The torpedo is another launcher reload time you could have used, but I prefer this one, the range.
Oh, yeah, range, definitely.
So gets yours up to 9 kilometres, which is pretty handy. Reload reduction, it's not really worth that, is it? 1% of the HP.
I don't know why they bother with it. What is the point of that?
I mean, this is one you could differ between. I mean, you've got smoke screen dispersion. It's always handy in a British destroyer normally, but this has got more American-style smoke screens. I mean, but it's pretty fast anyway, so speed's there, but grouping of your main guns... I don't like pros and cons perks, if that makes sense.
I know.
And it's same with this. You've always got to go with engine repair time because you just don't get knocked out, does it? If you get
most vulnerable, aren't you?
Yeah, you're dead in water at it. To be fair, engine boost. It's okay, I suppose, but I wouldn't really build a captain around it.
And this is the smoke screens.
We don't want another 2. I don't think you'd get through them.
I think they're too long, aren't they? That's the thing.
It's not so bad if you got the 6 you get normally in the Icarus, but it's not really going to suit the...
I think it's the reload time as well. It's the reload time.
Even if I got the Icarus, I think I'd still go with that. I'd still go with the engine boost.
Yeah.
Don't get knocked out. You've got to go with that, to be fair.
Yeah, it's true.
So you can see now... So basically the breakdown of this ship is... It is an Icarus. It's an Icarus class ship. It's just got subtle changes. It's most subtle being, in a non-subtle way, the over 20-second extra, under reload you've got on the torpedoes. So these are getting torpedoes off a lot faster.
That's good.
It isn't it in because you get the torpedoes out there, you reload them quicker. We'll come to that in a bit later on. Other things, it's faster by 2 knots, which you're really going to notice that.
Yeah. Awesome.
And it's got like 100 less hit points.
The thing is, we've seen that the camo's the same. But did we look at the stats for the Icarus with camo on, or did the Icarus
it's got camo on it? Yeah,
or it has got camo on
so
as
it's
well.
got exact same statistics when it comes to camouflage. There's no difference there. It's the exact same with the guns.
So
the guns
are
no different.
Benefit then, is there?
No,
the guns are the same.
It's only one change.
The
speed and the actual torpedo reload. So it makes such a difference.
So you got your 2 knots on your maximums, but you can increase your speed with your captain.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
So there is that, but
I mean, if someone loves the Icarus,
they're
going to love this. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh no, I agree. If you're a good Icarus player, you'll be a better Gallant player.
I mean, I'll go back to the torpedoes. There is one difference I've not mentioned.
What?
No, you've got 2 less torpedoes.
2?
You've got 2 times 4 on the Gallant, where it's 2 times 5 on the Icarus. That more affects you in your single fire than actual spread. The spread's pretty good on the Gallant. I never really struggled to hit anything weird. But the single fire, I don't know if you're going to notice that if you're used to firing off 5 quicker than putting a spread on after, you're going to be into your second lot.
I think you've got to remember, I think this is a tip, fire all of them on single, because they don't reload.
No.
So fire them all off.
Didn't they?
I've been there as well.
You forgot to fire that last torpedo.
What? There's only one
left.
Off
here?
Yeah. So fire all of them. Because
it's even worse in Cossack. You only get that one anyway. If you don't let that last one off, it's like, oh no.
I started playing that like that, one at a time, thinking Cossack torpedoes
got to look after these. Yeah.
One
you
at a
polish
time.
them up before you let them go.
So one at a time. One at a time.
Come on, baby.
Came to like a Bismarck. Oh, sweet. 1 torpedo. But, they didn't reload.
Yeah.
So don't forget that. Fire all your single torpedo.
I mean, this game's been a bit of a disaster so far. I mean, no one's even come across. No one's actually come across to that.
No one's come across.
Capture point. So we've took A. We are so much as a spotted ship, to be fair.
So you're on A.
So now we're just going to sweep round. We've got round the back of the Reds. And now we're going to just try and get something. But they all seem to be running off towards C.
We're using the right game.
Yeah.
You've not done anything.
It just gives us talking time about this ship.
Lots of talking time.
I honestly think, bear in mind, there's a lot more gameplay to come in and we'll show you more, that this is quite a good premium. Especially if you like your British destroyers, I think you will like the Gallant. I really do. I don't think it's got anything that you could say, oh, it's got massive drawback here. It don't do this that a tech tree ship does. I think the only improvements it's got are positive ones.
Yeah.
Such as the speed you can reload your torps. I don't so much mind you've lost 1 off each spread. I'd rather lose 1 off each spread and get an extra 20 seconds off my reload.
I think it's not like the Cossack, is it?
No.
Where you're a destroyer without torpedoes.
You see me toying with the idea here. I'm lining shots up and I'm thinking, nah, I'm in a good position here. I'm right back. They're not going to know I'm here. I don't want to give them a position away at this point.
Yeah.
It's been a slow burner, this game. I should really use a speed boost at some point there to get across there.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But that's one thing, again, you've got to remember.
What?
If you are a usual torpedo British destroyer player, no sonar. Got to remember you've got no sonar now. It did catch me out a couple of times. I'm thinking I can get up close and personal, force them, bear it out, dig it out, and make sure they smoke up first, and then I can use me sonar. You ain't got that option. It's kind of turned you in a kind of like a Japanese destroyer mode.
Yes.
You know, with a
definitely.
speed boost smoke screen that lasts quite a while, and long range torpedoes that don't reload as quick. Don't get me wrong. Don't can reload us. I don't know what them Japanese torpedo reloaders are on, but Jesus Christ.
Spinach, man. They're on spinach.
They're popping them torpedoes like no tomorrow. But it plays more like a Japanese destroyer, but with better guns.
No. American destroyer.
It's got no range.
No. Upgrade your commanders.
Yeah, but in Mahan, you're talking at tier 5, you've got your Mahan, which is about 5.5, is it? Torque range, 5 kilometres.
Mahan.
It's not like your Monahan, the premium one.
What's the Monahan? No, I'm comparing it to Monahan.
Monahan's a beast.
Yeah.
If I were to compare the two, if we're talking tier 5 premium destroyers, I do like my Monahan.
What's better than this or Monahan?
In a way, yeah, it's tough.
It's close, isn't it?
Yeah, I do like how
close.
balanced they are. 'Cause
Yeah.
You do more damage with your Monahan torpedoes. Your Monahan torpedoes just go a slight bit further.
Yeah.
They've got a nice spread on them as well, but the reload's massive. It's like nearly 2 minutes. It's not a 2 minute reload time, where it's 80 seconds in this.
But you get 8.5 on each side.
Yeah, that's the pros and cons. That's why it's nicely balanced. I do think the Monahan's probably a little bit better as a gunboat
Yeah, definitely.
to use its guns. So if I were choosing between this and the Monahan, I love my Monahan, but I do like my Monahan as a ship generally. So, but that shows you how good the Gallant is, that you're rubbing an R in which one's best.
Yeah, true. It's true. Shall we get back to this game then? Because
Yeah, so what's happening? We're actually going to do something. We're actually got a Nelson, is it, lined up in his sights there, and torp angle's another issue, but you should be used to that with British destroyers. It's not nice. You have to show a lot of side.
An awful lot.
A lot of side, especially if you're spotted. You think if you go in like, after a toe-to-toe with a battleship, you know what I mean? He's going to know exactly the point when you're torping.
Yes. Oh, you're going singular.
Yeah, we'll just try a little bit of everything.
Where are you firing them?
Look, I can see the predictive line. He's creeping back. None of these hit, by the way. I'm not going to deny it. Well, just a nice example.
That's almost a full Nelson,
Yeah.
man. Almost full Nelson.
And he's just going to creep forward slightly there and throw it all off. But their whole team's like pigeonholed themselves into this bottom corner, which didn't help us when we spawned way across the side of the map.
No.
But we're going to use it best we can. I mean, this is me playing now, and I've got nowhere near the stealth you have in your commander at all. It's remarkable how long you get yours.
I think playstyles would change. Do you think playstyles would change a lot?
I mean, me as a destroyer player, this is how I play destroyers. I'm not the worst destroyer player as well. I get quite a lot of success. I don't fire my guns. I do not like anybody to know where I am at any point. I like them to be completely guesswork exactly where the hell I'm going to pop up next and where torpedoes are going to come from.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, use your guns a lot, don't you?
Yeah,
You're not afraid to let them know where you are, and you're pretty good at it as well, aren't you, if you know what I mean?
I've got used to doing it.
Yeah, I just solely rely on stealth. Completely, utterly stealth.
I think saying that, in my Japanese, I rely on stealth because the guns don't turn.
Yeah.
Unless they're pointing in the right direction at the right time, I won't use them.
Yeah.
But on the British and everything else, I'm not sure about the Russian. They turn quite slow, don't they?
Yeah.
Guns?
Well, yeah, that's least your worries. In a Russian destroyer. 4K torps don't tend to talk much. I mean, you can see me in this game. I'm umming and ahhing constantly. You can see me lining up shots and then backing out of it. It's not something I do generally. I mean, it's even now I'm umming and ahhing whether to go in this cap circle because he's going to know I'm here. That's how I don't like people to know where I am. I mean, it must be confusing the hell out of him how the hell someone's casting this out after.
But the other thing is, if you smoke up now, will your team still spot them?
Nah, that's the other problem.
That is the issue as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're the only one forward, you smoke up, that's it. You can't even use your gun.
That last one just skimmed right back in there. So I'm going to smoke up. I'm going to go for it because there's this battleship next to us, if you can see. So I don't worry
he's
about
right
it's
next
just
to us.
reduced to Nelson. It's a half Nelson, if not less.
Not even a half
A
now.
sixth of a Nelson. I mean,
Yeah.
look at these shots. At no point were they anywhere near aimed at that rock. They seem to have gone there.
There you go, bro. So what we're saying is about the Gallant then. What about its play style? What would you say its play style
It's
is?
Icarus, but you've just got to. It isn't. This is the beauty. Just changing subtle things like the smoke screens. Look at the smoke screen now you've got there. Look at the duration. Look at the reload on it. It's nearly 4-minute reload. If you use that on your legendary for a 2 extra, you're never going to get them in. You've got
No, that's what we were saying.
Yeah, you've got massive amounts of reload there. So I think it plays more like a Japanese destroyer, but with guns that you can use.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I mean, you've seen the stealth.
Yeah.
The stealth's still not
Definitely.
quite there like a Japanese destroyer.
It's not in the
like
falls.
Furbiki,
Yeah.
and the spread's just not there, but it's solid. This is a solid destroyer. And if you're looking for, if you like destroyers, if you like the ships to make, you want premium ones to make money, I think this is a good option for you. But I'd pick the Mahan. If I only had so much money, I'd go for the Monahan over this.
What, coin, you mean?
Yeah.
You only have so much coin.
Yeah, I'd buy the Monahan rather than the Gallant. Not to say the Gallant's not a good ship, but if you buy it, you're going to be disappointed with it. I'd just feel the Monahan's just a bit more to it. I don't know.
What do you say fun factor? Because you're spending your coin for fun factor, aren't you? So are we saying you can have more fun in Monahan because it's got more to offer?
I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't even know what to tell you why the Monahan's better. The torque range is near enough identical. The reload's way higher on the Monahan.
Yeah.
But I just feel that the Monahan can fight in any situation.
It's a gunboat.
It can go, it can go toe to toe with any destroyer positively.
Yeah.
You can start to mix it up with cruisers as well.
Yeah.
It's not got a speed advantage. It's not got a stealth advantage over the Gallant.
Would you worry about French destroyers in your
Nothing.
Gallant?
In nothing. No, honestly, I won't. I mean, with the stealthiness of the Gallant and the stealth that you're going to be coming across a Jaguar at tier 4 who's got a fair bit of stealth to him, but after that, there's the Gepard at tier 5 itself. He's got his booster for his main battery, booster, so you've got to be wary of that. But I'd like to think that I could spot him, keep him lit up, and he won't be able to get near me. I reckon I've got a kilometre on him, nearly a kilometre. Got a good captain there where I can spot him, manoeuvre and keep him lit up. And that's deadly. Yeah. That is deadly.
So you're not going to worry about Russian destroyers because
4K torp.
All you got to do is turn, and you're not going to be able to shoot you.
Your Japanese ones, you've got to. Japanese, I'd be worried if they're on a Japanese destroyer and they're a Gallant against me.
Yeah, I think
I've not got to worry about his sonar anymore, but I've got to worry about it's just as stealthy as me.
Yeah.
And he's got better guns.
Yeah.
So I'd be a little bit worried about them.
I think if I saw Monahan on the other team and I was in my Glen, I thought, oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't want to come up.
That's the point I'm trying to make without being able to
pinpoint.
To put it across. I'd be worried about a Monahan on other team.
Yeah.
I'd be worried about his 10 torpedo and the absolute brilliant spread you get off him.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the spread's not bad. Look at that. I'm going to take that Warspite
That's very
task
good,
there.
actually. What
It's
about
not a bad spread.
The French one? What's it called?
The Gepard, tier 5.
No, the premium one. Is it the
tier 6. Oh, the Argyle.
Argyle.
You can tell me more about them than I can say.
I wouldn't worry about it. I won't worry about him.
I mean, you just got to worry about obviously you've got your sonar ones, your Icarus and your Brigade and your T61.
Yes.
The premium. T61's another good. I mean, it's
That's the
good.
German
It's a good
one, isn't
solid again.
Yeah.
That is just an all-round ship. The
Yeah,
T61
it's got sonar.
German.
Sonar makes a big difference, you know.
It's just Joe average, but it's Joe average at everything.
Yeah.
Which makes it dangerous.
It's
got average reload, average torque damage, decent spread, decent camo, sonar. It just kind of ticks every box without being excelling in any, if that makes sense.
I think the only thing that put it down for us was the gun traverse. You can't really knife fight properly because they do turn quite slow.
Yeah.
But these are quite good, actually.
Yeah.
The Gallant is better in that way, I think, as the gun traverse.
They're not the most accurate, as you can see from the shots we've got coming in here.
How else would you round this up quickly? Because we've come to the end.
I think it's a good, solid tier 5 premium destroyer. If you like your British destroyers, it could be for you, but just remember the smoke screens are completely different. So if that's the way you play your British ones, constant use of smoke screens might not be for you. But other than that, solid.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay then, Killers 05. Thank you very much for all your excellent, gallant knowledge. And laters.